back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm waiting for my number one supporter to get up in here so I can start this intro. Yeah, nobody caught my first live, which is great. Got a different intro song when you have this music. Laughing. Take y'all back. Excuse me. I got a phone call from my number one supporter right as I was getting into stuff. That's alright. That is alright. I'm just waiting to get in. Waiting for that one person, that one subscriber. That one subscriber. Hold on. Might as well. There you go. Oh. Hey, you know what? Let me not say it yet. Not say it yet. Not say it yet. Not say it yet. But I figured it out. Y'all caught the last live. I figured it out. All right. Appreciate the two people that are in here so far. I got the intro song. Let's go. What'd he say? Hey, Ma, what's up? What's up? Uh-huh. We gonna get it on tonight. I drink. Oh, good. Got juice. Got drugs. Uh-huh. We gonna take it on tonight. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, we're back. We're back with another one. What's up, everybody? This is another What the Hell is Happening Sports live from the phone on the YouTube. It's me, your boy, Nero. Say it again, Nero. We in here. 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 And guess what? I got the chat working. I got the chat working. So my number one supporter, my main man, y'all know him already, or if y'all don't know him already, 4K Sav. Should be giving his usual funny outgoing comments in the section. But back. I was live a little earlier. Had a little thing I had to deal with. But it's currently 4:42. I don't know how I don't know how long I'll go live for today. For sure, it's going to be an hour, at least an hour, maybe more. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into some stuff today. Obviously, I'm from Boston, like I always say. So when it comes to that, naturally the Celtics played yesterday. You got the NFL draft coming up with the Patriots, but most importantly, for a lot of since we are the city of champions, baseball season is upon us. We're in spring training right now. The Red Sox are in spring training, and it is March 3rd. So we have about, let me just check the calendar real quick. We have 28 days. 28 days until opening day, Monday, March 31st, against the Texas Rangers. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's about that time. It's about that time. Baseball season, playoff basketball is going to come soon. NFL draft is coming soon. Off-season program for the Patriots. Hey, it's going to be a good time. And also, I mean, if the Bruins didn't, weren't shitting bricks this year, we'd be talking about playoff hockey, which is still hope. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully within the next few weeks if they can turn it around. But anyway, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to get into the Celtics game from yesterday. They played the Nuggets at the Garden. They were able to get the dub. We're going to do a recap and analysis on that. We're going to also get into a recap and analysis of the Clippers versus Lakers game that was on late last night. It was a battle. We're going to get into both of those. We're also going to get into the Patriots off-season plans this year. So the outlook on 2025 free agency, as well as them, as well as, I should say, the analysis and predictions of what they're going to do with their first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, which is the number 4 overall pick. We're going to get into that. And then lastly, I mentioned, obviously, like I said, baseball season is upon us. We're going to get into the Red Sox as well. And we're going to get into the projected opening day roster. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth on this Red Sox team, so I'm kind of excited to get into that. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, this should be a good episode. It's currently 4:45 now, and I am gonna get into it. So I'm gonna turn the camera around in a second. What we're gonna do also with the Nuggets and Celtics game and the Clippers Lakers game, like I did on my first live, even though it ain't up on here anymore because there was a little bit of technical difficulties. We're gonna get into the highlights, and then we're gonna get into the box scores after. And I'm also gonna give an analysis of what I saw happening throughout both games. So, yeah. So without further ado, hey, let's get into it. Got that workflow. Boom, boom, boom. Position myself right. There you go. Got that workflow. You see the board. I'm at work. It was cold as shit in Boston yesterday. It was cold as shit. It was in the 20s. A couple of days, not too long, a couple days ago. Today's Monday. Friday and Saturdays, it was in the 50s. Then it dropped all the way down to 20 degrees. It's like, damn. Crazy. How long is this? All right, 14:45. All right, we're gonna skim through it. Yep. Okay. We know. Tatum versus Joker. We know. Jamal Murray also included. Jaylen Brown as well. Derek White, Christian Braun. Yeah, we know. Yeah, they didn't have Porzingis or Holiday. Porzingis obviously it says with illness, but Holiday did tear his mallet finger. He tore basically the tip of it. So yeah, he tore his pinky. And I believe, and Aaron Gordon didn't play yesterday either. So, all right, let's get into it. How long was that? That was 3 minutes of Fifis. And then we get a FanDuel ad. And I don't pay for I don't pay for YouTube, so you know. All right, cool. All right, start it off. Yes, sir. Start off again with 3. There you go. Up 3-0. Yep, tie game right here. Had to call it. It went off the bus in, but it looked like a good shot. That's really the only thing I will say about this game, even though the Celtics won. Without Porzingis, that height, disparity does play a role. The Celtics do have to, in order to win without Porzingis, the Celtics got to score a lot. So. Downtown, yes sir, ski. I'm gonna get into that too afterwards when I do the box scores on what Richard Jefferson just said. 34-24. Sam Hauser gets shot. When everybody's on hitting threes, Celtics are a hard team to beat. Uh-huh. Oh, and if you notice, real quick, oh, well, he's not out there. But, I'll get into this also. Peyton Pritchard and Jaylen Brown are wearing new 741 shoes. All white edition. I like them. Yep. Yeah, it took him basically took him 21 minutes, damn near 21 minutes to score his first points. You got to be more effective. Jaylen Brown with a nice dunk. Nah, but Jaylen Brown with those white 741s, those are tough. Jason Tatum got on his all-white Tatums as well. I believe the Tatum threes, I believe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a good move by Jokic. I like Nikola Jokic a lot. I do. He might not be a flashy guy in terms of dunking and showing his athleticism, but I mean he could ball. He could ball. Nice steal by Al. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on, my fault. My fault. Not caught looking. Still at work, so I got caught looking at what I got to look at. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing about him, being on the ground, getting like kind of hurt. I'm laughing how he looked on the ground. He looked, good. Nice shot. That was a nice behind the back pass. Nice pass. Christian Brown. I like him a lot too. I do. He was nice at Kansas. Yeah, they showed it was a 20-point lead, and now it is only, from what I last saw, a 6-point lead. Yep, 6-point lead. 6-point lead going into the fourth, 83-77. Yeah, we know the outcome, but as you know, as a dominant Celtics team when everybody's healthy, you know, they're hard to beat. But when guys are out, this team right here is, it's easy to get back in the game with Chris Stapps, I should say. Chris Stapps, I think it's not in the paint. That's the difference. Derek White, nice shot. Ryan Pickett, nice shot. Oh, Jalen, I said Ryan Pickett. Thinking of the NFL player. Thought of the NFL player real quick. That was a great defensive play. Peyton Pritchard. Yeah, he should be sixth man of the year. I know DeAndre Hunter is going to be in the running, and now that he got traded to Cleveland, he's going to have more. He's going to have more of a positive role that with them being the number one seed. But I believe Pritchard should be the sixth man of the year. He's just exciting. He's exciting, but he really, with him having good games, and doing other stuff like passing the ball and rebounding, should be able to win it. It's my fault. Mm-hmm. That's right. I forgot Derek White. He had more. He had scored more by the game's end, but all his points were coming off threes. Derek White with a game saver. Yes, sir. Something about those Celtics, away uniforms at home on a Sunday, it looks pretty. Yep, there you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. Yes, sir. So, yep. Celtics 110-103 win. I'm going to get into the recap, quick stats of the game. Alrighty. So, naturally, Celtics scored Oh, actually, my fault. 118, 106. I'm bugging. That's 110, 103. Actually, wait, whoa. No. I'm looking at the wrong stats. I knew I was right. Yeah, 110 and 103. I was looking at stats from the last matchup back in back in early January. Okay. Um, the the Celtics stats from yesterday. Okay, there you go. Yes. All right. So since the Celtics were all right, cool. All right. Um, so we'll get into the Nuggets first. All right, that's better. All right, yeah. So the Nuggets stats first. The game leader overall in points was Jamal Murray for the Nuggets. 26 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Did have a steal. 11 of 20 shooting, 55%. Very efficient. But 2 for 7 for 3. And he actually didn't score. He finished with 26, but he didn't score his first points until getting into right after the 4 minute mark in the second quarter. So he went basically the first 20, 21 minutes without scoring. Right. So if he would have scored earlier, he probably would have had a better shot. Yeah, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Um, Joker, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists. Almost had a triple double. Did have two steals as well. 9 of 15 shooting, efficient 60%, 2 of 3 from three. Um, Great game overall from Joker, but 20 points. You would have liked to see him have like 30. Russell Westbrook in a starting role today, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 5 for 13 shooting, 2 of 8 from three. Not a good, 3-pointers aren't really Russell Westbrook's game and whatnot, but obviously this is more of a 3-point shooting league now, so you're gonna have guys, shooting more. Michael Porter Jr. was only held to 10 points. Did have 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. 3 of 9 shooting, 2 of 6 from three. Christian Braun, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He did have 4 steals and he did have a block. 10 of 22 shooting, 45%, and he also was 2 of 8 from three. So overall, the Nuggets shot 12 of 35 from long range, 34.3%. They would have been able to knock down some more threes, even just more shots in general. They probably could have took this, but it didn't work out for them. Yeah, and they were 9 of 13 shooting free throws as well. So maybe if they went to the basket and got fouled a little more, it would have. But to my team. The Boston Celtics. All right. So the leader in points of last night's game, yesterday afternoon's game, was actually Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He did have 5 turnovers. But regardless, Jaylen Brown shot 6 of 15 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 8 of 9 free throw shoot. Got to the line. You know what I'm saying? Great game by him. You don't want to see, hopefully, you don't want to see like the turnovers, 5 turnovers. You want to limit that. And obviously 6 of 15 shooting, that's 40% right there. 40% right there. But overall, great game by him. Hopefully, he did like he did mention in his interview. They did miss, some easy shots. So, at least they know that they get to work on that in practice and whatnot. Derek White, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Shot 6 of 13 from the field, 5 of 11 from 3. Solid game by him. Luke Cornett in the starting role, 8 points, only 1 rebound. In 30 minutes of action. 4 assists, and a block. Shot 3 of 5 from the field, fishing 60%. Al Horford, again in the starting role. 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. Shot 7 to 12 from the field, 1 for 3 from distance. 7 to 12, 58.3%. Very efficient game by Al. Jason Tatum didn't have a rough game, but he did struggle. 16 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. So stats like that, that's great. But he did have 6 turnovers. He only shot 4 of 15 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3. So shooting-wise, not a great game by Jason Tatum. But when you have, when you have the squad with you, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, hey, that's all you need. Dishing the ball, and Al Horford, I should say, dishing the ball, they can score. So yeah, and then off the bench, Peyton Pritchard, 11 points. 11 points, added a rebound and 3 assists. Shot 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. Fishing game by him. 16 games. But yeah, guys, that was a recap of yesterday afternoon's game. The Celtics are now. They are now. Trying to look at their. Trying to look at their. What's it called? Their win-loss record. Their record. They are 43 and 18. So yeah, they did have a 2-game skid for that win against the Nuggets yesterday. They're 43 and 18, and the Nuggets are. Let me see where's the Nuggets. The Nuggets. I believe they play Thursday. Nuggets are. Am I bugging? Oh, okay, there you go. The Nuggets are 39 and 22. So yeah, Celtics 43 and 18, Nuggets 39 and 22. Both number 2 seeds in their respective conferences, Eastern and Western Conference, respectively. Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, at this point, we're ready for playoff basketball. So the next game for both teams, the Celtics play Wednesday night at 7 again at home against the Portland Trailblazers. They should be able to get another win. The Trailblazers are still in rebuild mode. Not a bad record so far this year, 27 and 34. They've had some good wins this year. And Denver goes back home, takes on the Sacramento Kings, who are currently 31 and 28. Did end up trading De'Aaron Fox to the San Antonio Spurs. In that trade, though, I believe it was a 3 or 4 team trade. They did get back Zach LaVine. So Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are back together in Sacramento. They still have Domantas Sabonis. And they still have Malik Monk. So should be a good game as well. Denver, with the team they have and having Joker, they should be able to win that game. But hey, let's not count out the Sacramento Kings. Let's not count out the Sacramento Kings. Ooh, alrighty. Now, for our next game. This video is a lot 4 minutes short, about 10 minutes. So, we'll get to Luka Magic. Well, actually, hold on. Let me pause this real quick. Let me check. All right, there you go. Oh, Luka with a shot. Hold on. Let me play that back. That was actually a nice shot. Shot 3. Step back. And Ivan Zubac's face. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is a good game, too. And I tell you, when LeBron, like I said in my last stream, when 4K Sav was also in this, like we said, LeBron's more deadlier with the ball not in his hands with the ball when he's moving without the ball. So LeBron can get free like that when Luke is on the court. There you go. Luke is on it. He's on it. All right. LeBron with a turnover. Chris Dunn. Damn, Chris Dunn with a baldy. Damn. Let me see. Finney Smith with a fadeaway. Woo! Nice shot. Yeah, Dalton Connect's happy to be back. I'll tell you that. Nice shot, nice shot. James Harden. Old reliable with the shot. Yep. Yes, sir. Kawhi, that's right. Kawhi was out there last night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one. 4-point. Yeah, he got a chance for the 4-point play. I believe he made it. I will say I want to see the old Kawhi back. The Kawhi that didn't have to worry about the injuries and whatnot. I miss him. I always like Kawhi Leonard. Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a nice rebound by Kawhi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I tell you, when Kawhi's healthy and actually playing basketball, it's so fun. It's fun to watch him. It is. All the injuries, like it's tough because when you see a guy like Kawhi who's not out there as much, it's like damn, like he has to be able to really contribute for his team, and he ain't there. There you go, Luka. I'm telling you, that's how LeBron's gonna live off those points, man. He just got to run on the fast breaks. He got to run. Luka's gonna find him. That was a nice dunk by Zubac. Reverse dunk. Yeah, that's right. Luka got fouled. And one started talking shit. They ain't showing. Yeah, he was talking shit. Oh, that's right. I forgot they got Bogdan Bogdanovich at the deadline too. He's bad in attendance, yes sir. James Harden with that 4-point play. Kawhi Leonard. There you go. Clippers making a little bit of a comeback. I do like their new uniforms. Not gonna lie. Then they play at the Intuit Dome. So Kawhi Leonard. There you go. There you go. Dalton Connect. Yes, sir. There you go, Kawhi. I'm telling you, the Clippers have always been a good team. It's just they don't have guys. Like, guys need to be consistently healthy. Luka with another turnover, and then you got Kawhi. Oh, blocked by. Oh, actually, that wasn't Kawhi. My fault. That was Chris Dunn. But again, blocked by James. Oh, and they didn't even count that. Yeah, that was a good block. Hard fought win by the Lakers. Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, I should say. Sorry, my words. Messing up my words. Messing up my words. Alright. Oh, let's get into it. I got the phone on the charger. started bugging now. Alright, that's better. Okay. 108, 102. Los Angeles Lakers took a night. So, yep, we're going to start with the Clippers since the Lakers were the home team. Now, a big part of this Laker win was Norman Powell, I believe, got hurt early. Got hurt early. Now, in terms of scoring, Kawhi Leonard, 33 points, 10 rebounds. Shot 13 to 23 from the field, and efficient 56.5%, 3 7 from the field. Great game by him. Ivan Zubac, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. 5 and 9 from the field, 55%. Solid. Chris Dunn in the starting role. Actually, well, I'm bugging. I believe he hasn't started. No, actually, I'm bugging. I think Chris Dunn, low-key. I might be wrong. I don't know if Chris Dunn's been there all year. Or just got there. But Chris Dunn, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, steal on the block, 7 to 12 from the field, an efficient 58%. But did shoot 1 to 5 from 3. James Harden had a rough game. 13 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. Solid numbers, yeah. But he did shoot 4 of 14 from the field. 28.6%. And worse, he shot 2 of 9 from 3. Bogdan Bogdanovic off the bench. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Again, numbers like that, not bad. But he shot 4 of 16 from the field. 4 of 11 from 3. As a team, the Clippers shot 12 of 39 from 3. 30.8%. So, not, in a sense, not bad, but not good. James Harden having a rough game really hindered them. But when you lose Norman Powell early, that don't help you all either. Because Norman Powell is averaging 24 points. So that ain't gonna help you. In order to win games, Norman Powell gotta be there. Norman Powell left the game. And he had 4 points. That's that. Well, here's what it is. Now for the Los Angeles Lakers. The man of the hour, Luka Doncic. 29 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 steals. Good access from him. From the field, he shot 9 of 17, 53%. Did shoot 5 of 12 from 3. Not bad. Stat-wise, hey, you feel the stats. That's that. LeBron, though. LeBron had 17 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Not bad numbers. He did have 8 turnovers. Shot 6 of 17 from the field, 35%. Got it to 6.7. Shot 1 of 6 from 3. So regardless, LeBron had an off shoot tonight. Did almost contribute with 20 points, yeah. But overall, shooting-wise, LeBron did not have the best of the team. Dorian Finney-Smith, 11 points, 4 rebounds, and a steal. Shot 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Gabe Vincent, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Shot 3 of 10 from the field. Shot 3 of 6 from 3. So, efficient-wise, he was very efficient from 3. Not as efficient as well. They powered through that win. They did some, you're right. And then, Jared Vanderbilt, I like his stats coming off the bench. 8 points, 9 rebounds, and efficiency block. Shot 4 7 from the field, over 3 from 3. And then Dog to connect. Great game off the bench last night as well. 19 points, 4 rebounds. He shot 7 to 10 from the field, 5 from 8 from 3. He was one of the difference makers last night. He came off the bench and performed well. And yeah, for the most part, yeah, that's about it. That's the Lakers game right there. So yeah, Celtics got the win last night. Lakers got the win last night. Lakers are currently well, I know for a fact the Clippers are 32-28 so far this year. They're playoffs, and they're playoffs. Lakers, they are. The Lakers are actually 38-21. So the Lakers are having a good year. Obviously, the team has changed with Anthony Davis gone, and now Luke is in. They have won. I believe they're on a nice little winning streak right now. Luka is becoming a difference maker. He's really getting comfortable playing in LA. He's doing Luka things. You know, hey, like I said before, time will tell if the Dallas Mavericks made the right decision moving on. Time will tell. But for the most part, the Lakers got their guy. They got their future, who they wanted to replace Braun when Braun eventually retires. They got their guy, and Luka Doncic, he's performing great so far. No power to him. Alrighty, now to cap off the NBA, right? Yeah. The next thing I am going to get into is there has been some news around Kevin Durant in preparation for the offseason. Preparation for the offseason. Here you go. Alrighty, yeah. So Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns could part ways in the offseason. Sad to say, but at the same time, when it's Kevin Durant, Johnny used to move on. He did it with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Played there for 9 years. Yeah, Kevin Durant started his career with the first 9 years in Oklahoma City. Then went to the Warriors, for 3 years. He then went to the Brooklyn Nets, even though he missed a year. Was in Brooklyn for total 3 years. Well, actually, yeah, 3.5 years, I should say. No, I'm bugging. No, 4. 3.5 years. 3.5 years. But again, didn't play a year. Now he's with the Suns, so he's on his 4th team, yes. But how the Suns, season is looking right now, it might be better off to trade him. Per Bleacher Report, Timothy Rapp, I'm going to get into this little article real quick. All right. Kevin Durant's name made the rounds ahead of the NBA trade deadline in early February, though he was ultimately retained. That likely won't be the case this summer, however, bearing a dramatic turnaround for the 28-32 Phoenix Suns. You heard it there. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, with Mike Budenholzer as their coach, are only 28-36. That's the problem right there. They're not winning. When you're not winning, you got to make change. Getting into a quote from Shams in this article, Shams Charania. Durant was blindsided when he was involved in trade conversations. But this offseason, from my understanding, what it would look like is Durant and the Suns would work together on any potential trade to a contender in a trade scenario. I would expect 4 to 6 contending teams to have some serious involvement with Durant. The Suns clearly need to make some changes, and Bradley Beal's massive contract, which includes a full no-trade clause, has made him seemingly untradeable. Devin Booker is the face of the franchise, so that leaves Durant as the only logical trade piece. Obviously, the Suns would assuredly prefer that this current group figure it out. Giving up a player like Durant is hardly ideal. Even at 36, he's still averaging 26.7 points, 5.9 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 1.3 blocks per game, shooting 53.1% from the field and 40.1% from three. Putting Durant on the trade block threatened the relationship, especially since the Suns reportedly had a deal with the Golden State Warriors in place before Durant expressed a disinterest in returning to his old team. And Durant said the trade rumors didn't come from a desire to be moved. Quote from Durant directly: I mean, I never planned on leaving or moving or getting traded. I didn't ask for a trade from the team. Now, however, it seems as though he may be ready to move on if the Suns can't turn things around. And in the loaded Western Conference, turning things around may be a tall task for a Suns team that currently sits at 11th place, 3.5 games back of the Dallas Mavericks for the final play in the tournament. Okay. Now, 2 years ago, the Suns made a trade for star guard Bradley Beal. Right? Bradley Beal in so far in the 2 seasons that, well, actually no, this season's not over. In a year and a half that he's been with the Phoenix Suns, he's been a major disappointment. He really has. He has been a major disappointment. And it came to the point that Bradley Beal actually, for some time, came off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So, getting that Bradley Beal contract has hurt the Phoenix Suns. Really has. I mean, you look at his stats, right? In the year and a half that he's been there, he's averaged 18 points a game, which is, that's Bradley Beal numbers right there, yeah, for the most part. Especially being around Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Obviously, the scoring is going to dip just a tad bit, but I mean, Bradley Beal is a guy who, in a sense, is ball dominant. Yeah, he's a team player, but he needs the ball in his hands, right? And when you look at it, the first season, played 53 games, averaged 33 minutes a game. He averaged 18.2 points, 4.4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal again, right? Shot 51% from the field, 48% from three. This year, even though he's averaging 18 points a game again, he's played 42 games and he only started 27. Like I said before, for a brief period of time, he was coming off the bench. Again, averaging 13 minutes a game. Again. But that was 18 points includes averaging 3.6 rebounds and 3.6 assists a game, as well as 1.1 steals. So, in a sense, I mean, yeah, he's doing his thing. Stats-wise, they aren't crazy. But again, when you're playing with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, you're scoring. It is going to dip because those two guys, Kevin Durant, obviously, first ballot Hall of Famer, Devin Booker is the face of the franchise, right? What this team lacks, right, I would say in watching them a little bit, they lack chemistry. They really just haven't gotten into a groove for the moment. Bradley Beal last year missed 29 games, right? This year, and with him missing 29 games last year, they were 49 and 30. So they were 6th place in the Western Conference. So they didn't have to play in the playing game, but they were before the playing tournament, they were the lowest seed of the qualified team. They were number 6. Right? This year, Bradley Beal played 42 games. In total, the Suns are 28 and 33, right? So 28, 38, 48, 58. They played 52 games. So Bradley Beal has missed 10 games, right? And they just haven't put it all together. They've not put it all together. You look at this team, right? Devin Booker and Devin Booker's averaging 26. Kevin Durant's averaging 26.7, so almost 27. Uh, I believe, yeah, Devin Booker's played every game, but Kevin Durant missed a few games in the game. And then you look at everybody else on the roster. You have Tyus Jones. You have Tyus Jones. You have Royce O'Neal. You have Grayson Allen. Currently. You also actually. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I thought it was so you have the three guys I just mentioned. You have Nick Richards now. You have Mason Plumlee. You have Ryan Gunn. But other than that, like, you don't really like. I guess I would say there's no oomph in this team. Yeah, you got three stars, but everybody else, they're not just they all just haven't put it together. Um, when you look at scoring as well, uh, they're a top 15 offense, right? But they're in the bottom 10 in the league. They're 22nd overall in defense. And that's what's really killing them. The defense this year has been great. I mean, there's still hope that the Suns can turn around and make the playoffs yet. But with Kevin Durant's age at this point, I mean, in terms of his time in Phoenix, it's really looking like it's nearing its end. I mean, Bradley Beal, that no trade clause hurt him because they tried to trade Bradley Beal, but Bradley Beal has the final say on where he wants to go. So, I mean, you can't move Bradley Beal for chump change either, and he doesn't want to get traded. So I would say you'd have to trade Kevin Durant. Sadly, you have to trade Kevin Durant. You're gonna get some capital back. You're gonna get some draft capital back. You're gonna get for sure. You're gonna get a first round pick. I don't know what else. I don't know who would be willing to pay that price for Kevin Durant at his age. I mean, regardless, if wherever Kevin Durant goes, he can, you know, he's a clutch player. He comes up in the biggest moments. I mean, it's Kevin Durant. You know, there's not really much to say. But again, like, if you're gonna trade him, you got to trade him for the right price, and you got to trade him to a contender. He wants to go to a contender. So I think maybe the Warriors are in play again because, quite frankly, Draymond is nearing his end. Steph Curry is nearing his end. You got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's still young enough. I hope you got some of that. Steph Curry I mean, he will play next year. So I could see the Warriors. I can see the Warriors making a play for him, right? But for the most part, the Warriors don't have capital either, so that's going to be tough. They can take that contract, yeah, but they don't have capital. Now, what I'm going to get into in this topic, I'm going to get into this article from SB Nation talking about by Ricky O'Donnell, talking about 5 trade destinations that do make sense for Kevin Durant, right? Now, at number 5 is a return home to Oklahoma City. Now, with O'Donnell, he says, going back to the team that drafted him was a wonderful move for LeBron James. Durant going back to the Thunder after his unceremonious exit could provide a similar feel-good story. My guess is the Thunder would only consider bringing back Durant if they fail to win the championship this year. OKC has never won a title. No, they don't get, and sadly, they don't get credit as the Seattle Supersonics when they won the 1979 championship. Uh, oh. And while this team has a long window of contention in front of them, they shouldn't get too comfortable. The Thunder's biggest issue heading into the playoffs is secondary scoring after Shai Gilgeous Alexander. What better way to take the pressure off SGA than by adding Durant? The Thunder can beat any team in a bidding war if they really want to, with 1,000 future draft picks, which is a lot, which is at their disposal. Trading Isaiah Hartenstein and Lou Dort for Durant is a legal deal salary round. Again, in OKC, like the players just mentioned at the end, I would really have to give up Isaiah Hartenstein and Lou Dort because you're not giving up Chet. SGA is untouchable. I would say Jalen Williams. I don't know if I would give him up if I'm the Thunder, but I mean, it could be dangerous. And yeah, they're like really when it comes down to it, your big three right now for the Thunder is Chet Holmgren. Well, excuse me, Shai Gilgeous Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. Those are your big three, right there. And Lou Dort and Isaiah Hartenstein, they start, yeah, but when you got to give them up. You're gonna have to give up probably 2 or 3 draft picks to make it work. But if I'm Kevin Durant, I wouldn't if he really wants to win and the team that they have now is a young team. Shit, I'd go back home. Give it an opportunity. I mean, I would assume that going back to Oklahoma City is going to bring a warm welcome, because I mean he did so much for them in the 9 years he was there. So it's not like they completely hate him. And it's a feel-good story. I mean, if they don't win it this year, I'll pull the trigger. The next team I'm going to get into, at number 4, is the Detroit Pistons. O'Donnell says, for the Pistons, this is my wild card team in the Durant streak. Detroit has a big collection of young players it could include in this trade, and it owns all of its future first-round picks behind this season. Durant would be an ideal fit next to Cade Cunningham as a secondary four and fourth baseman, and we've already seen him dominate the East before back in rookie. The Pistons are currently sitting in a protected playoff season after only winning 14 games last season. This is no longer the most hopeless franchise in the NBA, and I'd argue Durant to Detroit is a tremendous fit for both the player and the team. Okay. Are the Pistons really the type of contender, quote-unquote, Durant seeks, though? Not yet, obviously. My take here is elevating the Pistons to real contention is exactly the type of move that would elevate Durant's legacy once he's finally hung it up. He'd have a way better chance of making a deep playoff run in the East, and his presence will likely attract other players to play with him in the future. Detroit can also make a highly enticing package. Start with Tobias Harris and Isaiah Stewart for salary matching, and 1 or 2 of Asar Thompson, Jaden Ivey, and Ron Harlan, plus 1 or 2 picks. There's a deal that works for both sides in here, and I think it could be wonderful for Durant too. Yeah, with the Detroit Pistons, I do like that. I like it because again, with the Pistons, besides Cade Cunningham, they really don't have much else. I mean, you have Malik Beasley, yeah, but Malik Beasley is a role player for the most part. Tobias Harris at this, I mean, Tobias Harris was never truly a superstar. He was a star in some sense, but even him as a guy, like he's not a leader. He's not a guy that like can really elevate. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't the Pistons should be able to make the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure they will. But after Cade Cunningham, there's really nobody else that can really really help him. You got Jaden Ivey, yeah, but he's hurt. Asar Thompson is still trying to come into his own. He's still trying to figure things out, but doing great this year so far. Ron Holland, he's only a rookie, but he's done some nice things this year. So Isaiah Stewart famously tried to fight LeBron, but I mean he's a death and he's used to when he's out there. If I'm the Detroit Pistons, given the opportunity, and if Durant agrees to it, I'd make that trade. I'd do it. I mean, bringing Durant back in the Eastern Conference is just going to make that team hell. I mean, they were on a 7-game winning streak. They just beat the Celtics. There's a lot of promise this year going into the playoff picture, going into a playoff run, I should say. But it'll be even more promising next year, adding a guy like Durant. I think that would be a great fit. And honestly, like they said, starting with in a trade with Tobias Harris, Isaiah Stewart, and one or two of Asar Thompson, Jaden Ivey, and Ron Harlan. So one of those three that I just mentioned, plus a couple picks. I mean, shit. I'd do it. I'd make that trade. I would in a heartbeat. For the number 3 team, this one ain't gonna really shock anybody. The Miami Heat. O'Donnell says, the Heat are always chasing superstars under Pat Riley, and Durant is still a superstar even as he readies to turn 37 years old. Miami's long-term outlook has taken a slight upswing this year, with Tyler Hero turning into an all-star guard. Bam Adebayo has had a down year, but he is still in his prime. Add Durant, and that's a pretty enticing big three in the East, especially with the way Miami is able to develop his role player. That's a fact. The Heat could trade 2 first-round picks after the draft, and according to Real GM, and have the salaries to match with Andrew Wiggins and Terry Rozier or Duncan Robinson. Throwing Jaime Jaquez or Khalil Ware as a young piece, and maybe there's a deal here if Durant wants it to happen. The Heat actually, now thinking about it, going to Miami, I mean, shit, it's Miami. Kevin Durant would want it. I mean, he already lived in OKC. It's all right out there. But living in California, New York, and now Arizona. 2 hot places, and, a place, it's fairly cold in the winter, but obviously New York is a good place to live. That's where, the majority of this population in the U.S. lives. You send him to Miami. I mean, you send him to, and so far in this list, the biggest market so far. Miami Nights, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant's a superstar. I know he likes to go out. Drake be over there. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not go to Miami? And, with who Miami can offer, I mean, Andrew Wiggins and Terry Rozier, and even Duncan Robinson, they aren't long-term. I mean, besides Duncan Robinson, because he's been there for years. Andrew Wiggins and Terry Rozier aren't really in for the long run. Jaime Jaquez or Khalil Ware, yeah, they're great depth pieces, and they've developed, and Eric Spoelstra has developed them well so far. They can be good for a guy like Kevin Durant. If I'm Kevin Durant, I mean, hey, if he has the opportunity even to go to Miami, why not? It's Miami. You feel me? You might as well. Now, the last 2 teams are both based in Texas, and I think you guys can get an idea of who it is. For the second to last team, it's where Asar Thompson's brother plays. If you know his brother, and then he plays for the Houston Rockets. O'Donnell goes on with the Rockets. The Rockets' post-James Harden rebuild is officially over. Houston has soared up in the standings this season, and head coach Ime Udoka's second year with a deep roster of young athletes with size who play hard and pass fast every night. The one thing Houston is missing is a go-to guy late in the game, and that makes Durant a great fit even at his age. Durant still has takeover offensive ability, And even if he might not be able to do it every night as the ages, he will still be an expert floor spacer for Amen Thompson's turbocharged drives to the rim. The arm race in the West never stops, and Houston needs a bold new source star if it wants to keep pace. The Rockets have been circling the wagons on the Suns' potential demise since the offseason. They made a bizarre trade with the Nets to acquire Phoenix's future draft. The idea here seems to be making a pitch for either Durant or Devin Booker. Booker reportedly isn't available yet. So trading KD for control over their own pick would be a sharp move for the team. Would Houston choose to wait Phoenix out? Okay. Would Houston choose to wait Phoenix out to eventually try to get Booker? Maybe. But you can never be too patient. Everything that he said there was a fact. Everything he said there was a fact. And looking back during the summer, I kind of found it. Because I really didn't expect the Suns to really be playing like this. I really thought it was weird that the Suns acquired Phoenix's old picks. But when you look at it now, you're basically giving back Phoenix's old picks that they traded for Durant. So basically, the Nets traded Kevin Durant, right, and they got Phoenix's picks. Houston gets Phoenix's picks, right? If Durant goes to Houston, Phoenix gets their pick back. So really, in a sense, for Phoenix as a franchise, you look at it as a win-win. Because the picks that you traded already, you get back, right? Like, that's simple. And that's all the picks, and they had a lot of picks. You feel me? So they've given the opportunity, and he wants to go to Houston. Fuck it. Hey, they Ime Udoka, like it said in that piece, Ime Udoka has a deep roster with young athletes, young guys. You know, Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith, Alperen Sengun, who just made the All-Star game, or All-Star team, I should say. That's All-Star team. You still got Cam Whitmore. And you got Reed Shepard, mainly playing in G League, but you still got Reed Shepard. So, I mean, shit, like, you probably might have to include a player or two, but I mean, Houston, hey, he's cool with Travis Scott. Go out to Houston, man. It's nice out there, too. It's warm. And I'm pretty sure we'll like it a lot. So, hey, if Houston makes that move, hey, it'll better for him in the long run. All right, get into our last piece before we get into football. The number one team destined to possibly make a push for Kevin Durant is the team that gave up on Luka Doncic, the Dallas Mavericks. Yep, that's the number one team, the Dallas Mavericks. And O'Donnell starts out his piece on the Mavericks by saying, the Mavericks just made one of the worst trades in NBA history by sending Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm going to read it again. The Mavericks just made one of the worst trades in NBA history by sending Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah. Plain and simple, yeah. We're not talking about Luka, we're talking about the Lakers. If Nico Harrison wants to save face, he needs to make another bold move, and Durant is a perfect player to pursue. Adding Durant to Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis would be a central casting big three of future Hall of Famers at guard, forward, and center. All three are late in their career and ready to solely focus on chasing championships. After trading Doncic, the Mavericks couldn't balk at giving Durant the extension he desired. The Mavericks could include Derek Lively in this trade, who would be a great young player for Phoenix to acquire. They could include the Lakers' 2029 first-round pick, which they received in the package for Doncic. Harrison made it clear that Dallas' championship window is only 2 to 3 years after the Lakers trade. and adding Durant will give them the best possible chance to win a ring and prove the entire world wrong. Like most trades involving Durant, my guess is my guess is this one would sound better on paper than it would be in reality. But Dallas is still the team that makes the most sense to swing gates away. You know, Kyrie Irving at one time was a Boston Celtic, right? And Kyrie Irving said that he wanted to sign an extension in Boston. But, you know, in the preseason before the start of the 2018-19 season. Kyrie Irving reneged on that and went to Brooklyn. And who did he go to Brooklyn with? Kevin Durant. Kyrie and KD were speaking to each other after I believe a Thursday night game on NBA on TNT after the Celtics beat the Warriors during that 2018-19 season. And Kyrie Irving and KD, the cameras caught them and they were talking like this, holding their mouths like this, and they were speaking to each other. And that conversation led them to signing with the Brooklyn Nets, right? They were together in Brooklyn for 3.5 years. Kevin Durant didn't play the first year in 2019-20 due to tearing his Achilles in the NBA Finals months before, right? That team, their era, or their run with the Nets was it was a disappointment in a sense. Actually, yeah, it was a disappointment really because they didn't get deep in the playoffs. But they also had at one point had James Harden on the team, and they only played like 13 years ago, right? But Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving played a lot of games together for the most part, a good amount of games. Kevin Durant and Kyrie, while they played together, they actually weren't that bad. They did all right. Their team success, though, just wasn't that good. But now, if you get them together in Dallas, right, you know how they played together before, so they already have chemistry, right? But the one thing they didn't have in Dallas is they didn't have an Anthony Davis. They didn't have a big man that could help them take over. I think this big three right here, especially at their age, and even though they're older, but they have a lot of experience as basketball players. I think this big three right here can really challenge the Celtics. Because that's my team. I think this big three can really match up. And I think if you're Dallas and you're Nico Harrison, I think one way or another you have to pull this off. Because if you get this big three together like this to start next season, realistically, like I said, the championship window is only 2 to 3 years, right? Including this year. Next year, with the Celtics wise, right? You might have to get rid of some guys. Cleveland is set for the most part, but in the West is kind of I would say the West is wide open in a sense, even though you still got Denver, you still got OKC, and you still got Houston. But Houston and OKC are young teams, and Denver has won a championship already. This move right here can shake up the West for the better of the Dallas Mavericks, but for the worst of the Western Conference. Because that trio right there could really be good. Really. When everybody's healthy, that's a scary thing. It's hard to guard Durant, and it's hard to guard Kyrie Irving, and it's hard to guard Anthony Davis. If those are three guys that guys have a hard time in guarding, why not put him on the same team? Nico Harrison, you have a job to do. And if you wanna basically repair that relationship with the Dallas Mavericks fans and even just the people of Dallas in general, Kevin Durant is your answer. Simple. That's it for the NBA talk. Now, I got a video for you, but I'm not really going to get into the video because I'm going to try to wrap this up. I'm going to try to wrap this up quickly. We're moving on to the NFL. And in doing so, we're going to get into the Patriots, right? But also, we're going to get into the top free agents, and there was a report that these are the guys that the Patriots will end up targeting. But we're also going to get into what the Patriots may end up doing with the number 4 overall pick in this year's draft. Now, per Patriots Today by Chat Sports, Alvin Kamara. I will say, me and Candy, I felt like a lot. I like the content they put out. Very informative, but also, you can tell that she cares about this team, the Patriots, and what they've done, especially this past year. Even though, they had a tough season, but you got Drake May, and you need to build around the quarterback, and you need to rebuild that defense. And really kind of just, in some way, shape, or form, somewhat rebuild the team overall. And now that you have Drake May as your quarterback, I'm pretty sure free agents are going to be enticing. Now, these are the Patriots' top free agent choices. All right. So, I'm going to go down and down. So, the top choices are left tackle Ronnie Stanley, defensive tackle, and Super Bowl champion Milton Williams, cornerback Charvarius Ward, wide receiver and former Super Bowl champion Chris Godwin, cornerback DJ Reed, and cornerback Byron Murphy. Okay. As you notice, Ronnie Stanley and Chris Godwin both have asterisks on their name. The reason they do have asterisks is because their respective teams, the Baltimore Ravens for Ronnie Stanley and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for Chris Godwin, have recently made it known that they are making a push to re-sign both of them. Right? They've been with their respective franchises for a very long time. Those franchises want those two players to be with that franchise, with their respective franchises, I should say, for the rest of their career, right? But if they can't get into a long-term deal or an extension, they are going to walk, right? And that is where the Patriots come in. The Patriots' number 1 target, who they're really planning to go after, offensively, is Ronnie Stanley. Ronnie Stanley came into the NFL in 2016. He's had some injuries, but for the most part, 2-time Pro Bowler. He's been protecting Lamar Jackson's blind side for the last... Oh, 1 second. All right, sorry for the beat. Sorry for the workflow. Ronnie Stanley has been in the NFL for the last 10 years. He's protected Lamar Jackson's blind side for the last... Oh, well, it's nine. This upcoming 2025 season will be used. Ronnie Stanley has protected Lamar Jackson's blind side for the last 7 years, right? Obviously, with the Ravens, a guy like that, like I said, two-time Pro Bowler, former first-round pick, when he's healthy, he's gifted. This guy can block. This guy is one of the best tackles in the NFL. But he's going to command top dollar. As you see right there, most likely he's going to get 21 and 20, 21, between 21 and 23 million a year. If I'm the Patriots, they got all this money. They got 127 million in tax space. This is the guy, veteran-wise, experience-wise, this is the guy I would go after. You need to protect Drake May. Drake May had a terrible offensive line last year. David Andrews got hurt. Michael Wenwu, he was shifting from right guard to right tackle. For the most part, he did all right, but he struggled as well because he didn't have no help by his sides. I would love for the Patriots to go after Ronnie Stanley. They need him. They need block. Chris Godwin, the Patriots receiving core last year was eh. It was eh. You know, Tayshaun Boutte, Demario Douglas, caught passes, Kendrick Bourne as well. But that group right there can't elevate this team because they don't have a veteran that it can really be a leader, as well as a guy that can really just play football and catch passes when he needs to, has great hands, and can score. Chris Godwin is a guy I would go to. He's had some injury issues. It don't matter because Chris Godwin is very talented. Milton Williams. This guy right here, he's been overshadowed by Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis in Philly. Had 5 sacks last year, but this guy can ball. If he comes to New England, he's immediately in the starter role. We don't know what's going on with Christian Barmore, but regardless, hypothetically, if Christian Barmore is healthy, Milton Williams and Christian Barmore are a great duo. Young, unheralded duo right there. I would go after him. He's young. He got a lot of football left in him. He's very physical, and he's a Mike Vrabel type of guy. Charvarius Ward has played in a couple of Super Bowls. He won one with the Kansas City Chiefs. He played in, I believe, three Super Bowls. And like I said, has been able to win one. So he's a winner. He's been a Pro Bowler. He's had he dealt with a little adversity this past year with losing his daughter who was sick. And it affected his play on the field. And you could tell he was depressed. But when he's on it, he's a great corner. He can cover. He's physical as well. I would grab him. Christian Gonzalez is your number 1 corner. He's a young superstar, already on second team. He was voted to the second team All-Pro team this past year. Rising star, I would pair Charvarius Ford as a veteran who's made a Pro Bowl with him, who has won. Because Charvarius Ward, again, doesn't have to cover your number 1 corner, number one receiver. You can cover the number 2. He can also move around. But he would be a great get to rebuild this team. DJ Reed played with the Jets the last couple years. I like him. He can cover. He has a tough time grabbing interceptions, but regardless, cornerback, you got to cover these receivers. DJ Reed would be a great fit also. If Charvarius Ward doesn't work, I like DJ Reed a lot. I think he could be useful here in the league. Byron Murphy is an interesting name because he was just named to the Pro Bowl this past year. Played in Arizona, played the last couple years in Minnesota. Has shined in Brian Flores' defense. He can cover. He can grab it. He can pick balls off, I should say. Young corner too, still very young. I would go after him too. So there are some interesting choices right there for free agency, right? Now, with the number 4 overall pick, me personally, and also kind of stemming from Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel in this draft wants to rebuild the trenches. So a lot of this draft most likely will focus on the offensive and defensive line. But at number 4, there are some differences that are going to be addressed. naturally, you don't need a quarterback. So you don't need Cam Ward and you don't need Shedeur Sanders, right? And in saying that, you would hope that both those guys go with the first and second pick to the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. If they were to fall, right, whichever, not them, not the quarterbacks, but there's two guys also that are difference makers on the defensive side of the ball, but also one player could play on offense and was exceptional. Actually, I can't even say exceptional. He was excellent at both positions this past year as an athlete. And those two guys are edge rusher Abdul Carter from Penn State and athlete Travis Hunter from Colorado. Shedeur Sanders' team. If I'm the Patriots at number 4, Mike Vrabel has already come out, besides the point of him focused on the trenches. Well, he hasn't come out, but from reports from Andrew Callahan and Doug Kyed, Mike Vrabel, Travis Hunter, I should say, has fans in the Patriots organization. They view Travis Hunter as the number 1 cornerback prospect and the number 1 receiving prospect in this draft. For some people, that may be, oh no, he's not a great receiver, blah blah blah. He's a better off corner, But tape really doesn't lie. When Travis Hunter was playing receiver, he was catching a lot of contested balls, and he's just athletically gifted enough that he can make tough catches. This team is preparing to rebuild, to continue to rebuild. If I'm the Patriots at number 4, if he's available, you want to add some oomph into your team. You want to spice it up. I would add Travis Hunter to this team. Because really, you add Travis Hunter, he could produce on both sides of the ball. He really could. And I believe him and Drake May would make a great connection because they were last year. A lot of people doubted Drake, and they doubted him because he came out of college early. He was a raw prospect in some sense with his footwork, but he can sling the ball. He's a gunslinger. Travis Hunter is perfect for him because Travis Hunter can run deep routes. He can, play inside on offense in the slot, run drag routes. He can run slants, catch contested passes. I mean, hey, who wouldn't want a guy like Travis Hunter on their team, right? I think it would be a match made in heaven. Now, with that being said, Abdul Carter has been praised for his play, obviously, for his team making the college football playoff. But a lot of scouts have said that he's a better prospect than Micah Parsons. And Micah Parsons was an inside linebacker in college, right? Abdul Carter started his career as an inside linebacker, but this past year moved to edge. Him as an edge rusher, you need a bully on that defense. Keon White needs help. If Christian Barmore is healthy, that's a plus. But other than that, you ain't got anybody else to really. You really don't have anybody else to really add the oomph in that defense, to really make that defense ferocious, violent. Abdul Carter fits that mold. He fits that mold of that team. So those are the 2 choices I have. You can also throw Mason Graham in there as well. Mason Graham was productive in his college career, and he's a tech son of the day, for lack of a better word. You could also trade the pick back, possibly. If everybody I just named, the last 3 guys were all taken, you could trade back if need be. And they could draft wide receiver Teddy McMillan from Arizona. who I would really compare to Mike Evans. I think he can develop into a Mike Evans type of guy. Mike Evans catches can you know catch on the fly. He can be a deep ball receiver. He can jump. He's fast. He's a little bit twitchy. He fits that mold. You could also, staying at number 4, you could also draft Will Campbell from LSU, offensive tackle. His arm length is a question. A lot of people have gone on to him about his arm length, but regardless, the kid can play tackle. The kid can do that. He's never gotten, from the tape that I've been able to watch, he's never gotten bad disease. So why not take that? Right? He could be productive. He could very well be productive. And with that being said, there's a lot of questions for this New England Patriots team. A lot of questions. But in free agency coming up in a week, I think it's time the Patriots can make some splashes since they have a lot of money. But in doing so, with the splashes that they are able to make, can better help prepare them for the draft. And they have to win this draft. This first draft by Mike Vrabel and company, they need to win. They need to add. They need to add difference makers. Because if they don't, yeah, you still got Mike Vrabel as a coach, but at the same time, you got to keep the fans in this. It's still the Patriots. It's still the best franchise in my lifetime since I was born in 2000. They're the best franchise. They've won 6 Super Bowls. Bill Belichick was at the helm. Tom Brady was there for all. Bill Belichick's not in the building no more. Tom Brady is on Fox. Actually, no, I should say Bill Belichick's at North Carolina. Tom Brady's on Fox. And also part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. So he ain't coming back anytime soon. But you have Drake May and you have Mike Vrabel. A kid who has proven that he can play in the NFL, play quarterback in the NFL. And a guy who was part of the Patriots dynasty and won 3 Super Bowls and was there for that 16-0 team who ended up being part of the greatest upset ever in NFL history with the Browns being in the Super Bowl. You got 2 guys right there that are enticing the dreamers. So if I'm the Patriots, hey, you got money in the bank, bro. Like you guys. Simple. And now finally, so we wrapped up football. Oh, actually, I didn't. One more thing. T. Higgins has been officially franchise tagged by the Cincinnati Bengals. $26 million for the franchise tag, right? T. Higgins obviously has not signed it yet since it was just announced today. But regardless, if T. Higgins is available and he decides not to sign that franchise tag or demand a trade, they just should be all in on him or want him bad. That's the guy they really. I'd make a play on him. $26 million is a lot for Cincinnati. If they're able to sign him with an extension, great. Because, I mean, hey, Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. You still got Jamar Chase, but that trio right there is deadly. But if I'm the Patriots and I have the opportunity to get Higgins, I'd do it in a heartbeat, and I know they would do it too. Simple. Keep doing hopefully they keep their tabs on him, doing their homework, and see what's up. That's all I can say about that. Now for the Red Sox. The Red Sox, right? So we're done with football. We got the basketball, we got the football, and now on the baseball for the final topic of today's live. We're going to speak about the Red Sox and their projected 2025 opening day roster. there is a certain article I saw, but I can't seem to find it. Hold on. I can find it for you. I just saw it a couple days ago. I just saw it a couple days ago. Just started. I just saw it a couple of days ago. You know who I might have to go for? Alright. Fuck it. So, we're just gonna go with this one. Alright, so for the opening day roster, right? Typically MLB teams have 40-man rosters, right? 25 so what it does is a 40-man roster, right? But it's really a 25-man roster in the MLB. For the other 15, they are in the minor leagues and can be called up at any time. But for your 25-man roster, right, which I will focus on, this is who I think will end up being on that opening day roster. We're going to start off with the starting pitchers. The starting pitchers include Garrett Crochet, Tanner Houck, Walker Buehler, Lucas Giolito, and Brian Bayo. Now, if Brian Bayo is hurt, if he's hurt, going into the season, right, which starts on March 27th. I know earlier I said it started March 31st, which most years it is, but they're going to start the season just a bit earlier, a couple days earlier. If he is still, dealing with his injury, I think Quinn Priester. Well, personally, I think Richard Fitz should fit the bill, but I think they might go with a guy like Quinn Priester. I would go with Richard Fitz. But if he's not injured, fine. But again, Garrett Crochet, Tanner Houck, Walker Buehler, Lucas Giolito, and Brian Bayo. The top three should be a dominant force this year. Crochet and Houck are coming off all-star seasons. First time in their careers. Crochet was dominant last year, and at times Houck was dominant as well. Walker Buehler just finished winning the World Series with the LA Dodgers, and he was actually the guy that made the final out in the World Series by striking out Alex Verdugo of the Yankees. Your top three could be special if the pitching coach Andrew Bailey, does his job like he did last year and transform the pitching staff. Lucas Giolito is coming off Tommy John surgery from last year, but he supposedly has looked on. Started out spring training. He's still got some work to do, but regardless, he's on the right path to being on that roster and not injured. Brian Bayo, he had an up and down year last year, but at the end of the year, pitched great. Was looking like the Brian Bayo that we know. This starting this 5-man rotation can be special if everything goes well. For your relief pitchers, right? I'm going to go with Liam Hendricks, Aroldis Chapman, Justin Slayton, Justin Wilson, Garrett Whitlock, Luis Guerrero, Adam Ottavino, and Michael Fulmer. Liam Hendricks is going to be your closer. Aroldis Chapman has a gun for an arm. Last couple years, he's been more of a setup man, but he can close out games. Left-handed pitcher. Liam Hendricks is right-handed pitcher. Justin Slayton had a great year last year, I will say. But at times he did struggle a little bit, but again he's still getting used to the MLB. But he's somebody to watch that could really be special this year. Justin Wilson for the last few years, he's a left-handed pitcher. For the last few years, Justin Wilson has been that great, but for depth purposes, he can be effective, and I think Andrew Bailey could really transform him as well into something positive. Garrett Whitlock has always been a great pitcher, but the issue with Garrett Whitlock is he's had arm injuries. Specifically, he had to have a ulnar brace put in his right elbow last year, and that usually deals with Tommy John surgery. But it wasn't that bad that they just had to put the brace, and now he's back and better than ever. But they're going to limit him a little bit. Right? He's not a starter. I wouldn't put him as a starter anymore. He started games and was effective, but he's more of a bullpen guy who can go in and pitch 1 and 2. Right? I think Garrett Whitlock can be your X factor. I really will. He had a great 2021. And with him back in the bullpen and with Andrew Bailey as their pitching coach, I think Garrett Whitlock is going to come back and really surprise a lot of people this year. I think Garrett Whitlock is going to be the X factor. Luis Guerrero was traded to the Red Sox at the deadline last year, I believe. And he did all right. He was effective. But for the most part, depth purposes, he can come in and strike guys out, get ground balls. I like him a lot. Adam Ottavino, a former Red Sox, played in 2021, was on the last playoff team the Red Sox had in 2021. Had an up and down year, but Adam Ottavino, he's very effective. Michael Fulmer, former All-Star, former Rookie of the Year winner as a former starter. Last few years, he's been a bullpen guy because he's had arm injuries, especially Tommy John surgery. He, for the most part, is going to be effective. He's going to be effective. But I think he's better off as a bullpen piece, and I think he can make this team as a bullpen piece, but he can just make this team a lot better. In the bullpen, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 right-handed pitchers and 2 left-handed pitchers. That right there is great. That's a great turnout. You need a couple left-handed pitchers for sure. And for the most part, if guys get hurt, who you do have on the outside looking in at the moment, you have right-handed pitchers Zach Kelly, Greg Weissert, Josh Winkowski, Austin Adams, Wyatt Mills. The first 3 I named, Zach Kelly, Greg Weissert, and Josh Winkowski, were on the team last year, had some good moments. Zach Kelly got injured early in the year after a nice start, came back at the end of the year and did well enough. You know, I could see him being an integral part of this bullpen this year if somebody gets hurt. Or if that outlook that I just named for the top 8 elite pitchers changes, Zach Kelly could be another guy in the mix. Greg Weissert and Josh Winkowski, they did all right last year, but they were hot and cold, so you don't know what you're going to get out of them. Brandon Bernardino, again, same thing with him. He was hot and cold. For the most part, he was good. Towards the end of the season, he started to wear down a little bit. Austin Adams, he's a guy that pitched for Oakland last year. Oakland is a team now. Yeah, they improved last year, but playing in Oakland, it's not Boston. So he had a decent year, but he hasn't played in Boston. Boston, you know, for the most part, media-wise, is somewhat of a difficult place to play. Do I think he could be effective if called upon? I do. We'll just have to wait and see. Wyatt Mills is a minor leaguer. I don't think he's been up in the MLB yet, but regardless, he should be able to give you some stuff. Matt Moore, former All-Star, is now strictly a bullpen guy. He's a former starter. Matt Moore, he's been effective in his career. I think if called. For the catchers, I have Connor Wong and Carlos Narvaez making the team. Wong, he's definitely the starter. He's going to get a majority of the playing time. But obviously, the backup competition is really where it's going to be at. Right now, I have Carlos Narvaez because he's a great defender. Batting wise, he's an he's all right, but I think with him being on the Red Sox, him having Jason Varitek as his bench coach, a former All-Star catcher, I believe Red Sox Hall of Famer. I mean, I think they can get something out of Carlos Narvaez. On the outside looking in, you have Blake Sable and Sebi Savala. Sable was recently came from the San Francisco Giants via trade. Sebi Savala has been around for a while. I believe last year he was with the Chicago White Sox, who had the worst record ever in MLB history. Got some playing time. He can catch, but he's not a great hitter. So it is what it is. For infielders, who I have making the team, and really this is for the most part is a no-brainer. I have Tristan Casas, Christian Campbell, I have Tristan Casas, Trevor Story, Alex Bregman, David Hamilton, Romy Gonzalez, and for the wild card, because I like him a lot, I have Christian Campbell. Christian Campbell right now is a guy that, quite frankly, he is the future. He's the future. There's a reason I didn't mention Rafael Devers. He's going to be on the team, but I will get to that in a second. Christian Campbell, he can play in the outfield. He can play in the infield, mainly second base. He can play shortstop as well, but mainly second base. I like him a lot. He's athletic. He rose through the minor leagues last year. He's now part of. Initially, there was a big four, but to get Garrett Whitlock, you had to trade former catching prospects like Kyle Teo. But this minor league system has a big three, and that's Christian Campbell, Marcelo Maya, and Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony's the outfielder. Marcelo Maya is the shortstop. I see Christian Campbell making it because second base right now is a big question mark. Big question mark. I think athletic-wise, he can make this team being a valuable presence playing there. But I think he can also make it as a valuable presence when he needs to play the outfield. He's athletic. He can make catches. He can hit the ball. I like him a lot. I think he's the future. Everybody else who I mentioned was either on the team last year for the most part and are locks. Alex Bregman came from the Astros. Alex Bregman is slated to play second base, honestly, but can play third base, and I would rather have him play third base. Former World Series champion. He has, I believe Alex Bregman has 2 championships, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just see that. Alex Bregman. Yeah, he has 2 championships, and was won the award for as a Gold Glover for the Astros last year. So I mean, I have him at third base. For the most part, yeah, no, I think he'll be valuable on the team. As the DH, I have Rafael Devers. I think he will be better suited as a designated hitter. In saying this, because that one, he's a better hitter than fielder. 2, you have Alex Bregman already. I would slot him at third base. Rafael Devers, I mean, if I'm him, I would let your ego go. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to play third base, but buddy, like, Alex Bregman's good. He can play third base. Just focus on hitting. It'll save your body. It'll save you from any injuries. It'll keep you healthier. Be the designated hitter. Be the next big poppy. You are the next big poppy for us right now. But keep it as a team. You're still going to be very effective. You're still going to hit bombs out of the Green Monster. I keep you there. That's what I would do. And now, lastly, for the outfield, this actually is a no-brainer. This is everybody that it's the same outfield as last year. I got Wilyer Abreu, Ceddanne Rafaela, Jarren Duran, and Rob Refsnyder. Simple. It's self-explanatory right there. Who's injured right now is Masataka Yoshida. But I don't know if he has a role on this team, quite frankly. I really don't. He might be trade bait at this point. He can hit the ball, but he can't play the field. Everybody else that I just mentioned can hit the ball and play the field. William Abreu just won a Gold Glove last year um, as a right fielder and also received Rookie of the Year votes. Ceddanne Rafaela played center field last year, played shortstop as well, played second base as well. So he played 3 positions. But regardless, Ceddanne Rafaela, he's a future. He's an integral part of this team. I like him a lot. I expect him to have a big year. Jared Durant, self-explanatory. Made the All-Star game last year, was All-Star MVP. Made the All-MLB second team. Had a great year. Hey, he's a star. He's a star. He's a star. And I think he can elevate his game this year. I think this whole outfield can elevate their game this year. Rob Refsnyder is a lefty killer. He's mainly used in pitch hitting situations, but when guys need a day off, he'll be out. On the outside, looking in for them, I got I didn't go into the infielders, but infielders ain't that crazy. Outside, looking in for the outfielders, we have Roman Anthony and Trace Thompson. I'll get into the infield in a second, mainly for Marcelo Mayo. But Roman Anthony, in a perfect world, he'd be on this team, but again, I'd see him. If anybody gets hurt, I see him on the team. But regardless, I start him out in the minors, and if you want to call him up if somebody's struggling or to get some, energy in this lineup, I call up Roman Anthony. Trace Thompson, he's just a death piece for the most part. Klay Thompson's brother, he was assigned for a minor league deal, so I don't really see him. Going back to the infield real quick on the outside looking in, the 3 main guys really is Vaughn Grissom, Marcelo Mayer, and Nick Sogard. Grissom and Sogard played last year. Grissom was injured for most of the year, but he didn't do as well as you would hope. Sogard, he was effective. He could hit the ball. He's a guy that I would look for depth piece. If anybody gets hurt, he's a guy to call up. Marcelo Mayer will be on this team soon. I don't think he's ready for MLB action. I think he needs another game of years, truthfully. But he's the future. He is the future. But for the most part, yeah, that's about it for the Red Sox roster projection. Baseball season is upon us. I said earlier, baseball season begins on the 31st. It actually begins on the 27th. So we have, not including this week, 1, 2, 3. We have 3 weeks left until opening day. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited for this Red Sox season. It should be a fun one, and they should win a lot of games, and I think they're really going to make some shit happen. I really do. I like this team. I give it, like I said before, this Red Sox offseason, I give it an A-. They did what they had to do, and I think they're setting themselves up well for the future. Now, to recap what we did today, we talked about, we went through, for the NBA, we went through the Celtics and Lakers wins last night. We also went through the Kevin Durant and Suns saga, as both parties are most likely to part ways in the offseason via trade. I gave y'all some destinations on where Kevin Durant can land, right? So that was for the NBA. NFL mainly focused on the Patriots, mainly focused on their offseason plans with free agency and the NFL draft. And in the NFL draft specifically, what they're going to do what they can do for their number 4 overall pick. And for the Red Sox that we just finished talking about, we mainly focused on the roster projection for opening day for the 2025 season. But yeah, we went through a lot. This is my longest live. I was on live for an hour and 20 minutes. Solid. For the people that did tune in, I had about at least probably close to 10 people tune in. I appreciate y'all. I will be at my setup at my house very soon. Still getting some stuff worked out. But I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the love. It's only the beginning. Sadly, nobody commented. Nobody commented. 4K didn't breathe. He did not comment shit. But for the most part, yeah, this is it. This is what the hell is happening in sports with another live. With another live. Very informative. I didn't have 4K in here to really energize me, but regardless, hey, I'm glad that for the people that tune in, I'm glad y'all got to hear what I have to say. More things to come very soon. More things to come very soon. I'm gonna dive into some more stuff next time I do end up on live. But yeah, this is another live. I'm almost done with work, so I'm about to get prepared to leave in a short while. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. I will be at my setup soon. I might go live again tomorrow from the phone. I may not. We'll see. But I am gonna go live again this week. Hopefully TP not. But yeah, this is another live. What the hell's happening in sports? I'm Nero. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. I will be back soon. Thank you for the support. To the subscribers, 124 subscribers I have so far. Hopefully it's still 124. It's still at 124. I appreciate y'all. Love for real. I couldn't even make love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. More things to come very soon. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. I'm out. Y'all will hear from me again. Have a good day.